I mean, honestly, if you all work for it, I can't stop you, so.
And I...
What do I look like? Hi. Welcome. What do you do? Now wait. Huh? See, when it's not my resources, I'm always very welcome.
That's like so serious, right?
With other people's things, I'm very generous.
It's been turned down.
Okay.
Oh, so you're right?
Whatever. Alright, we got meet and up, everyone. Asian Studies Com. CouncilMajors.com.
Yep.
There we go. Scroll down. They're having a joint Perspectives in Asia conference jointly with Johns Hopkins.
Johns
Hopkins. Yeah. So class, 51 people in attendance. It's mostly regular standard fees. The only thing we need to ask about, of course, is lunch and breakfast and who the food's going to. Got it? I think that clarifies most things. Carly, this is the correct quote? Or quote, correct budget we're working on?
Yes,
Okay.
I asked about the 450 because in the quote for the catering in one of those green, so in the one up from that one, where it says event catering, it says 850, and I asked him about it, and he was like, no, we're only requesting for up to 450, kind of accounting for 45 students and $10 per head.
Okay.
So that's what they requested.
Perfect.
Oh, so they already did the math for
So they did math for us, basically. Yeah.
I was like, okay, great.
I don't know if, I didn't look that closely in their request, but I didn't know if they were also getting sponsorship through the.
Yep, we're going to ask about, they say jointly with Johns Hopkins. We'll ask, like, hey, what's Johns Hopkins doing, etc. And then the department funding as well. But I imagine the department's coming with they'll have food or something. I think we clarify that.
Yeah, like sponsors.
Yeah.
And don't recall the like.
So, this one shouldn't be that difficult. Who wants it?
I'll do it.
Okay, alright. Alright, next one for me, Joshua. The Polystudent Association wants essentially catering for their, what's the title of it? For their pizza and beverages for a general member meeting. Scroll down a bit more, 50 people in attendance.
Hello.
Scroll all the way down, well. Request is coming for a bit over 150 core, that the pizzas, drinks, etc. as well as utensils. It's in my opinion that the finance board should not fund general body meetings, catering for general body meetings. If this, I do not believe it to be an effective utilization of the student dollar. Furthermore, if this opportunity is afforded to the Polystudent Association, it would need to be offered to all student organizations who wish to have catering at their general body meetings. So that is currently my stance. Of course.
I just want to clarify that their understanding of general body meetings is the same as our understanding of general body meetings.
Yes. What else would be good? Getting into this.
All right. Any other comments?
I'm confused about the whole water restriction.
Yeah. All right. Move on to the next one. Just 4 people who attend a conference competition in California, requesting slightly over $2,800. Clarifying questions we need to ask: how are participants chosen? How is any of this money going to advisors? Is there any alternate sources of funding, like other sources of funding as well? Then we'll just follow the standard procedure if all criteria is satisfied. Sound good for everyone?
Can I have that one?
Yep.
What question is this?
Tanya, I'm putting you in poly. Because you don't have any questions.
Team associated with this just
Yeah, that's what I asked. I won't go into it more. Then moving on. AIAA, the American Institution for Aeronautical something?
Aeronautics and astronautics.
Astronautics. They're requesting money for building materials bit over $800. You know, you can follow previous precedents set in SAE Snowmobile, SAE Baja, which is full funding for it. Furthermore, they are going to be submitting a separate request for travel and lodging if they were to qualify for nationals. I'm referring to that as a separate request because we have settled that precedent in mock trial as well. We had afforded mock trial that if they were to come back and have to qualify for nationals, we would consider it a separate event. And I'm not going to deviate from that following.
I just emailed them earlier today, giving them that option as well, that it's fine if they submit another request. But also if they wanted to add on to this request, then we can table it to next week.
Yeah. Furthermore, there are a couple items on here that I think might be equipment.
Brushless, what's a brushless loader?
Not sure.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you went through this type of stuff.
Do they give you research for all of them?
Yeah.
This is the brushless loader.
That's fine.
Yeah, all these are generally fine. Please go
Put
through.
them together.
Batteries?
We found a car battery.
Yeah, okay.
But
Wires.
we didn't fund batteries for walkie-talkies.
Or TVs.
Yeah.
Right,
Or the TVs themselves because of the battery requirement.
right, but the battery itself isn't in and of itself electrifying.
Yeah, we can clarify that question. Where the
What's-
slider looks like it needs to be cut. That's a good rule.
What is that?
Or residence solder.
Sold,
Yeah.
that, it would probably, no, I think that is, it's like glue.
But it's like a soldering iron.
No, it's not,
Okay.
Okay.
So, and it would be, it's $3. I
Yeah.
can't see you use.
And glasses.
Zip tie, that's too big, that's okay,
That's fine.
that's fine, that's fine,
Use it at all.
that's fine. What's that? Charger, that's to charge their thing,
That's better.
but no.
Really? To charge the thing? It's a charger.
But it's to run the project, like, so it's the same as, like, the backup battery that we
Okay.
funded last week for the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just call.
That
Velcro's
was
fine.
Glue is
Glue is fine. Balsa wood's fine. Balsa, I don't really have a bad balsa. 2x4.
Wood.
Okay.
Fine, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
More balsa,
Balsa,
more wood.
more wood, more aluminum. That's glue. Sealing iron, strike that.
So no sealing iron.
Strike 32, what was that, 32?
I mean,
49?
oh. Yeah,
49.
49.
Okay. Keep going.
That's fine, that's fine.
It's fine.
No glue.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. And then battery things are fine. That's all fine.
Tell me what's that?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
no. Yeah. I gotta pull it up.
Oh, go with that. Strike that 2143. Okay. Keep going. Strike that. It has 1528. Keep going.
That's fine. No, that's
Yeah,
too.
strike that 2629. 2699. Keep going.
Yeah. No.
Organizer, strike 5349.
What was your- yeah, that's good.
Okay, keep going. That's fine. Film's fine. Keep going. Spring, you're fine.
Yeah.
With more.
Feel alive,
That's
what's
fine.
The whole thing. The whole thing built out of wood.
That's fine.
It's a plane.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or big planes.
No, it's a little bit.
Yeah. All right, that's good enough. We'll strike those items from the list, and then I think we'll issue the full funding.
Did they upload
We strike the items from the list, but now we issue the full funding for the rest. Yeah.
did they upload an Excel sheet?
Did I ask him to long?
He was our TA.
So, I'm moving on to the next one, Candace.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. Computer science is not coming in. You should have already received an email about that one. Okay. Super Smash Bros. Club. They're wanting funding for an event for the release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Attendance of 65. Alright, can you go down to the what's it called? What sheet for me? Thank you. Everything looks fine except for the amount of food that they're requesting. They're requesting 580. Carly? They're requesting 580.
Yes, the new thing is one of the other screenshots, about 585.
Yeah. So, yeah. And well, at that level, it's essentially a pizza per person. Which is a bit excessive. So the finance board, we've been in discussion, well, the prep meeting, I think 2 slices a person to be a reasonable amount of pizza per person. Two slices, and then Candace?
Do you want to bring up the pizza conversation around how pizza prices are calculated?
I have a picture of it.
So, there's a formula that particularly if you're ordering from Papa John's, there's a formula. Yeah. Yeah. And then at the university can, because there's a delivery fee, and then there's, if you want to add tip. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a picture
So I don't know
of
if
it.
that has ever been calculated in the allocations that you give for pizzas.
Yes. Not like, what was the last organization that we did that?
Yeah.
Pizza?
Yeah, so I have the formula for here,
Yeah,
so
for
it's
the vendors. And apparently I don't know.
fine. Okay, so that's fine. Well, how many slices of pizza are in each pizza? 8? 8, okay. And then each person, so they get 120 pieces. What, 65 times 2 is what? 130? 130. Scott, can you give us more name words? Well, if you don't prep it, so you guys write your names on the words. If you guys want to grab something to eat, you're all free to do so. Yeah. So, AIAA needs a person, Scott? You're taking AIAA. Yeah?
I'm taking that too. There's 5 people, 5 words. I already have that.
I'll be taking that one.
I meant, no, I meant like.
For real. Hey, do something,
I asked
Carly.
myself that
Say it
every
again on the live stream. I don't think for the 3rd time.
Zane's got Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant.
You just gotta put your names.
Sure.
Your names is fine. Your name is fine.
I got my.
So,
Every time Lauren.
I have shots.
everyone, so, 8 pizzas, 8 slices per pizza, 130 people is what, approximately, how many pizzas is that? Well, I guess 2 slices.
How many people?
65 people, which is 120 slices.
120 divided by
15.
15 pizzas is how much they can get. And then we'll also apply for the standard deal for them so they can pick and choose that way. Yep. I think that's
So
a
just
fair
using
amount.
the precedent of like
We deem it excessive from the deem it
like
excessive.
Because it's not, well, it's mostly, I don't know if it's just.
Yeah.
well yeah, because the $10 cap is like
Huh?
used for like
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say no more than 15 pizza, and
No
then
more
if they
than
wanted
15.
like a brownie thing or whatever, as long as it was submitted.
but like a whole pizza's
Yeah.
it's a little
Yeah.
bit of a
Right.
Alright. Seeing that though, it is now 6:15. Asian Studies Council majors in the room, correct? Okay. So you guys should receive a list of questions beforehand.
Yeah.
Alright. Who will be asking that one today? Carly, I believe? Carly will be the one asking the questions, but before we do that, we're going to go through a round of introductions. Carly will not start off.
Hi, I'm Carly Sosha. I'm the SGA Treasurer. Nameplate. I'm the SGA Treasurer. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a voting member of the
Hi, my name is Sonia. I'm the vice chair of the finance board. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
Hi, I'm Jessica, finance board secretary. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Hi, Lily. I'm in SGA as well. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Candace Martinez-Jones, I don't know my name, Assistant Director for Leadership and Governance, SGA Advisor, and I am not a voting member.
Senator Biden.
Hello, my name is Joshua Gray, freshman ambassador. I'm not a voting member, and I use he, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Penny. Excuse me. First year ambassador. She, her pronouns. I'm not a voting member.
Hi, I'm Zane. I'm the vice president for student organizations, he, him pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
Hello, my name is Daniel White. I'm the current chair of the finance board. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
Hi, I'm Brenda. I'm the executive vice president of SGA. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
And if you could introduce yourselves as well.
Hi, I'm Jessie Nelson. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the historian for ASCON.
Hi, I'm Camille Blackbird. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the secretary for ASCON.
Hi, I'm David. He, him pronouns, and I'm the treasurer.
Hi, I'm Julian. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm the president.
I'm Victoria, and I'm the aspiring member of the...
Aspiring officer.
Aspiring officer, member, and I use she, her pronouns.
Scott Buchanan, finance board representative, voting member, he, him.
Thank you for one thing. All voting members, can you just raise your hands for a second? Just there you go. So these 5 people will credit you guys today. Charlie, take it away.
Okay, can you first tell us a little bit about your organization?
Sure. So we are an academic student organization that aims to support Asian studies students and students in related disciplines like political science, history, and anthropology in their academic and professional pursuits. We have 2 meetings a week, one called Language Hour, where people practice the languages that they're learning. That's a big part of the Asian Studies major. And then we also have general body meetings where we have different types of presentations and scholarship workshops.
Cool. And so can you tell us a little bit more about this event?
Sure. So the conference is a day of undergraduate research presentations that we are now hosting in tandem with Johns Hopkins University. During my freshman and sophomore years, it was sort of assumed that if you were an Asian studies student who wanted to present their research, you would go up to a college in upstate New York called Bard College, and that was only if you had research that had to do with the environment. If you didn't, you would go to, because it's a conference on Asia and the environment. So if you didn't, you would present in ERCAD, and that would be a great experience, but you wouldn't really get the opportunity to interact with students doing research at other institutions. So going into last year, we wanted to think about how we could sort of change that dynamic and help all Asian studies students have the opportunity to present their research, network with other students, talk to professors, and get feedback on their work that way. So we put together a conference last year. It was, I like to think of it as sort of a baby conference. Now it's growing into its own. It's a full day of research presentations. We begin with the keynote speaker, and we have panels throughout the day.
Cool. So just kind of going off of that, how did you come to this number of attendance?
So we based our attendance predictions off of sign-in sheets from last year's conference. And due to increased levels of attendance, we're advertising to students who are in History 103, which is Asian civilization, that attendees come and get extra credit. We expect that the attendance level will increase by 10 people.
Okay, cool. And I guess on top of that, how else are you advertising your event?
So we're going to work with Common Vision to make posters and banners for the event. And we also have working Facebook and Instagram accounts that we use to advertise. And we're sending out requests for abstracts to be presented at the conference. And once we create material for those, we'll circulate those around as well for advertisement.
Okay, awesome. Going off that, are you going to be creating my UBC event?
Yes, we already have created a UBC event. So far we have 5 calls, but we'll most likely get more calls when the event comes closer.
What is your organization doing to minimize costs?
So we have compared multiple vendors and their pricing, and we try to find the most cost efficient and most productive way to find it. Additionally, we have keynote speakers and recurring fees for auditoriums. We also consider a room, which is actually much like before, like in the first one from last year, we had 3 rooms, 7 rooms, my bad. We had 7 rooms, and now this year we're having fewer rooms, but we're having more people. So we're actually cutting the fees and minimizing the cost.
What costs, if any, are the organization taking on yourself?
So we have the auditorium, which is auditorium. Thank you. I can't speak to that. So an auditorium, which is at least $100 per professor, and we have 5 professors coming, which is a total of $500. And we also have a keynote speaker, which is about $200 in pension, plus airfare, room and board.
And you indicated that on your request that there are additional sources of funding. Can you elaborate on this?
Yes, so we're working with our department to secure all of the funding for the honorariums and the fees for the keynote speaker. And we received confirmation from them that they will fund at least $500. And then everything else, we're going to work with them. And I've also been speaking with Dr. Rapours in the history department, who said that they might be able to pay for anything that the Asian Studies department doesn't cover. And then this isn't directly related to the conference on the UMBC campus, but we're also hosting a research panel at Johns Hopkins University that's being advertised with this event. And I worked with 2 of the Hoover Fellows at JHU to secure a grant for that panel.
And how did you come to work with Johns Hopkins?
So we went into last year's conference with the goal of trying to expand our reach, and we really wanted to create networking opportunities for our students with other schools, especially because they have a pretty robust grad program at JHU. So there was this one student who did this presentation, and I noticed she said her mentor's name, and I recognized it because I knew my mentor was friends with her mentor. So I approached her, talked during lunch, and I said, do you think you might be interested in somehow sponsoring a panel or a research event that we host in tandem with this conference on the JHU campus? And she was receptive, so we first talked to her fellowship program, to the art history department, which is what she did her research with, and we eventually became connected with the Johns Hopkins undergraduate office for undergraduate research, also known as OUR. And they agreed to sort of sponsor the conference and advertise it on their campus.
Okay, could you use a rundown of the event?
So first, the keynote speaker will give their opening remarks and present their research, and then there will be several sessions of themed panels where students present their research, and the content and the length of those panels will be determined in the first week of February after we've received all the abstracts by January 30th. And then there will be lunch, and then there will be 2 more panels, and then there will be closing remarks.
And what is the role of food play in your
Sorry. So the conference will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and also the students will have to wake up relatively early for this conference for the weekend. And because of that, we want to provide them light refreshments so they'll be active participants.
Okay. Just sorry, it's still 3 p.m. It's
Alright.
that we might end up actually making it later depending on the quality of the abstract submissions. Yeah.
Alright. So, seeing that, are there any additional questions for the organization? If not, we're going to move into a period of discussion. During discussion, the conversation is limited to 5 board members only. However, at the end of the discussion, we'll open it back to you. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about what the Finance Board has discussed, you're free to address it there. All right. So, thank you very much, Joshua. Would anyone like to begin, or do you want me to go? It's just like,
Yeah.
I think everything looks fine.
would say, yeah, just kind of what Julie was talking about, and being able to bring like these networking and research opportunities like to your organization and to like students here at UMBC. I think it's like a great opportunity, and I really appreciate that. Looking to a student organization work like that, and yeah, I think everything, basic commons, like service fees, we usually pay for marketing, obviously, and then the food is within our reasonable precedence.
Yeah.
Has justification to be there, so yeah, but very thorough planning, which we really appreciate.
Right. Additional comment, Scott?
Food is a little over as a $10 a head. Is this 2 meal?
2 periods. There were breakfast and lunch. And they had separated it out as well. So, very well. And that would come with $150. So.
And additionally, they're taking on here cross sort of finding it for the departments.
Yep.
They're speaking to someone else, so that's really appreciated.
Okay. See that there are no additional discussion points, so I'm going to open it back up to you guys. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns before we vote? All right, wonderful. Josh, would you open up that legislation tracker for me, please? Yes. Thank you very much. Do I have a motion on the floor?
Move to approve FBL 661819.
Second.
All those for approving FBL 661819 for the amount of, Joshua, open up for me again, $1,325.80. Please raise your hands now. 5 for, 0 against, 1 absent. There we go. 0 absent. No, I was absent.
And 1 absent.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
No, we're not so bored anymore.
All right, thank you very much for coming into Finance Board. Carly, we'll talk. Carly's eating. Tanya will talk to you about next steps, as well as if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this meeting. Please let Tanya know, and she'll relay those on to us. Thank you again for coming in.
Second, if you're interested in becoming a finance board representative.
Do you, Carly, you want to write that down?
I meant to ask you.
Yeah, we should write that down.
All right, it's 6:30 now. Policy Association of the Week. Could I ask you to move on to the side of the room, please? Thank you very much. Oh, you guys want something to eat?
Yes.
$1,325.80. Where are you? For what? It's 6:30. Is it? Yeah, FBL 661819.
Really?
Right.
Every day? I've never
Not
heard
every
of it.
day, I think we close early on Friday.
But I've never heard of that. I always thought you guys were just like right there.
Based on my suffering the last semester, I've been there till 7:30.
Thank you. Wow, we love all campus internships.
We do, so it's like.
We're gonna wait until
It's actually really chill.
Tanya comes back.
Now you're out.
It's fucking amazing.
What?
Yeah. We're hiring.
I'm gonna go, yeah.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of when
I'm saying heck because my sister is. She's like, oh heck.
Chance of that, you wouldn't want to take this highway. Not was there.
You know they are. But I was just saying, it's like. You're gonna wear your
That headshot that I had on my
Religion slacker.
I thought I was proud of it. What do you think you're proud of?
I don't know.
Basically,
If she doesn't do the meeting, submit some.
As in, like, yeah, the podcast manager should be ready.
Yeah.
This was what was the position?
Seeing that Tanya is back in the room.
hi friends.
They always have to go back.
Hello, everyone. All right, seeing that the Poly Student Association is in the room? That's right. All right, wonderful. Would you like for us to go through the introductions? Okay. I'm sorry. I saw you. Oh, you walked in halfway through. I do apologize. You should have received a list of questions beforehand, correct? You should have received a list of questions from the
yeah.
board. Okay, wonderful. Who will be asking this one? Tanya over there. She'll be the one asking you these questions today. And Tanya, if you'd like to begin the introduction, please.
Sure. My name is Tanya. Welcome to the Finance Board. I'm the vice chair. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be a voting member today.
Hi, I'm Jessica, Finance Board Secretary. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Sorry, I was getting stuff ready. My name is Candace Martinez-Jones. I use she, her pronouns. I am the assistant director for leadership and governance and the SGA advisor, and I am not a voting member.
Hello, my name is Joshua Gray. I'm a freshman ambassador, he, him pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Hi, I'm Penny, first year ambassador, she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Hi, I'm Zane. I'm the vice president of student organizations, he, him pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
Hello, my name is Daniel Wang. I'm the current chair of the Finance Board. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
Hi, I'm Brenda, the executive vice president. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
You can introduce yourself.
Oh, sorry. So I'm Rashmita Duchaya, and I'm treasurer of Nepal Student Association, and I'm pleased to see the student here.
Scott Buchanan, Finance Board Representative. I'm a voting member if you have.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm the HGA treasurer. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
So one little thing though, so everyone who is a voting member, could you please raise your hands now? All right, so these 5 members will be voting members today.
So can you just tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do on a daily basis?
So our organization is mostly cultural, and our main objective is to promote Nepali culture among all the members of the university community through collaborations with other organizations or as an individual organization ourselves. And our secondary aim is also to provide a platform for Nepali students, especially to connect and communicate with each other. And we have also been helping incoming new first-year students to kind of help them settle in when they first time travel from Nepal to the United States.
Can you tell us about the event?
So it's a very small event. So we organize our general members meeting every other week. And we are asking for for some pizzas and beverages, which is for the last general members meeting. So in that meeting, we will be summarizing all the events that we conducted throughout the semester, and we will also discuss our plans for next semester.
And how did you come to the number of attendance for the meeting?
In our regular meetings, we usually have like 10 members who attend regularly, and so based on that, we thought that maybe if we give advertise it as a free food event, then we may have some like 5 or 6 more people in that event. So we came up with like 15 to 16 people.
How are you advertising the meeting or event?
We will be posting it as public event in my UMBC page, and we also have a public Facebook page, and we also have a closed group in Viber app, and we will also be posting our event there.
And you said my UMBC already, right? Okay, cool. What is the organization doing to minimize cost for the meeting?
So we're trying to get as low cost stuff as possible, like cups and plates and those stuff. And instead of getting delivered directly to the building, we are delivering to the conference facility so we can minimize the delivery cost.
And is there any cost that your organization is paying for the carryover or some other source of funding? And how does you touched on this a little bit. How does food play into the specific event for this request?
It's our last meeting, so like I mentioned, like 10 or like 12 members have been attending continuously and supporting us from the first day of this semester. So we kind of like to thank them.
And then can you just give like a rundown from like start to finish everything that happens during the meeting or no?
So it's just an hour-long meeting, and we will start with introduction of our organization, and then we will summarize all the events that we did throughout the semester, and then we also give summarize what we have planned for next semester. And we'll end with
Can you just repeat that last part? I'm sorry.
and we just ask for opinions of the members.
Got it.
That's just a question. Seeing that the list of questions is done, are there additional questions for the organization?
You mentioned that you have the bi-weekly meetings. Can you explain like who attend those meetings? Or like how you reach out to people for those meetings?
So we post it in our Bible group and also in my UMBC page about our meetings. Yeah, that's basically how we communicate.
Okay.
And we also have an email account that we created for our Nuclear Student Association, and we like add members as they come in.
Okay.
All right.
I have one more question. So the miscellaneous line item, I think there was communication or something else about that's being struck.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Are there additional questions for the organization? If not, the Finance Board will now enter into a period of discussion. During discussion, conversation is limited to Finance Board members only. Once discussion is ended, we'll open it back up to you. So if you have anything you want to address with the Finance Board has said, or any comments, questions, or concerns, you can say that then.
Never mind. I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks for my question.
So, we're now in discussion. Who would like to begin this? Oh, I'll do it.
I mean, so this is like would fall under the definition of like a general body meeting. And so I think in like terms of obviously it's open to everyone, like advertisement. But I'm not sure like how comfortable I am just like funding kind of like a meeting that only like members I guess would go to, even though it's like openly advertised to people, or like setting that precedent. But I don't know how anyone else feels about that one, funding a general body meeting versus something like an open type event.
Yeah, I mean, I see that like it seems pretty open attendance, and there's a feedback that you see that like it from a finance board perspective, because like if we fund something that meets the criteria of that. I'm so sorry, I forgot something.
Go ahead.
But if we do like something that's like a capitalization of like a general body meeting, or just like something that members attend, then we would have to do that for like every organization, and that would be a lot of like money in the account just to be able to have organizations requesting pizzas for like whether it's like an end of year party or any other like celebratory event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an investigation for me as well, is that Finance Board pot is not being efficiently used. If we were to, how do I put it this way?
Can
If,
you expand on the pot and where that comes from?
so $275,000 pot is from the student activity fee. Every single UMBC student pays into this fee, and this board is entrusted to allocate that efficiently and equitably. Seeing that if we were to allow the Poly Student Association the ability to have food at a general body meeting, this would need to be offered to every single organization on campus. And for every single organization on campus to have this form of event, general body meetings, it becomes a prohibitive cost for this finance board, and I cannot deem it an effective utilization of the student dollar. Do we have any additional discussion points?
I just want to acknowledge that I think that the purpose of the organization is great, and it seems like a really welcoming place for students to share and talk about used to be really into that culture and others outside of it, but yeah, I can't disagree with any of the points that you made.
So
Yeah, yeah, I would add some more just about like the principle of making things for general body meeting, using the $2 in terms of like equitable allocation of it, yeah, effectively spending that.
see that we concluding the discussion. Very well. So we're going to open it back up to you. Do you have anything you'd like to address to the board? And do you understand what the board has been discussing at the current point?
Yeah, I do, but I just don't understand that if they have to do like endorsement for these kind of things, then how do we?
So generally these type of, one of the organizations that I know personally, of course, it's a much larger organization than the Student Association, is Chinese Student Association. For when they have food to bring to their general body meetings, they're generally fundraised or donated from local restaurants. Of course, there are significantly more Chinese restaurants that, well, who oftentimes are inclined to donate. However, these type of things we generally request that the student organization take up. There's 275 student organizations on campus right now. If we were to allow your organization to have pizza for a end of the semester meeting, that opportunity needs to be extended to every single organization who comes into the finance board. Well, of course, looking at this, you may believe $154 is a smaller amount. Once we multiply by 275 organizations, it becomes a significant chunk of the finance board's pot. And when the finance board overall goal is for the equitable and efficient distribution of this pot of money to promote a vibrant and thriving campus life. This board at the current moment does not believe that the issuance of food for general body meetings sufficiently meets that type of, works towards that goal effectively. Well, we understand that it would be very nice to have, however, we have made this determination. So,
but just also to add on to that, so like SGA is always here like as a resource. So if you, I know like I could always schedule a meeting with your organization to talk about like fundraising options, you know, like how do clubs go about like raising money for their carryover account, like kind of like the purpose of a carryover account. I know me and Carly are kind of working with that to try to put out those resources into like kind of like handbooks and like guides for that. So if your organization or any officers would like to schedule meetings with either of us or together just to talk about kind of the different things that organizations do to use their funds for meetings like this, the finance board does not fund, we would to have you do that as well, like as a resource too.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Does your club have any experience with like fundraising or anything?
Actually, I joined just this semester, so.
Tanya, that's a question for after the meeting.
Yeah.
Seeing that though, do you have any additional questions, or would you like the finance board to explain anything else to you? Very well. Josh, would you open up the legislative track for me? All right. Is there a motion on the floor? Oh no.
You still have to.
You still have to vote?
Well, no. Someone has to move to approve it, I would vote for it. But if it doesn't move past that, then it dies.
Yeah. Right.
So, well, no, so if someone.
Someone needs to make the motion, and then someone seconds the motion, but then you actually vote the vote.
Well, but those people would be inherently saying that they would vote yes.
Okay.
So if there was nobody who puts the motion forward,
Yeah.
then the bill dies.
Okay. So, seeing that, is there any motion on the floor? Going once, going twice. This piece of legislation has not received a sponsor, and we will not be voting upon it. Thank you very much for coming in on this board. Stay in order. Carly?
I'm just confused because I'm also thinking like it still has to go through like the letters.
It just without.
But like but like if we're following like Robert's rules, like if you don't make it, yeah.
There's no one who wants to vote yes.
Because like if I were to make the motion, like I would have to vote yes. If I'm not in favor of it, how would I do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
And typically there are people who would vote yes, and so it gets through to a vote. But there's no one here willing to vote yes. And so it's not
Yeah.
But I'm also just thinking that there's all, like, there's those spots for, like, not in agreement. So.
Yeah, because typically there would be other people who are.
Seeing that though, so Tanya, not Tanya, Carly,
It's hard.
would you like to go?
Well, we can go. Okay.
Yeah, very well. Tanya and Zane will be going out, or everyone's going out with you now. And, if you have any questions for them, and Jane can definitely help you walk through the organizations all the time. That's a bit easier for you. But we're happy to walk you through like the OIA process and how you can fundraise for these type of things.
I'm just gonna throw this away. I'll handle it.
Chess team is supposed to be here at 6:45.
You mentioned that they get some deal, so it's more affordable.
Scott, can you go check your chess team?
Yes.
That's not.
No, I just get ordered candidates. We can have these pleasantries.
Stop it. We should.
Receive the executive order.
No.
Oh, are you gonna hear? Are you gonna start your Oh, okay. Yeah, it's only 6. I think there's 6:45.
Chess team is 6:45.
Hello. Welcome.
Wait, they said come 10 minutes early in the email.
I think it does, yeah.
I really must have misread it.
It's really more so like so people aren't like late or if we're running early, so it's not like anything. It's not really
Running early.
yeah. But please get some food if you want. We have a lot.
Sorry, I tried to get some of the other club members.
You don't have that under like here, so just need someone who understands it.
I'm really bad at eating fruit. Roll up. You know what is private foot?
I know what it is. Fruit roll up is a plastic.
That's silly though. You'd think this should be called a fruit roll
That's
up
fruit
because it's
by
rolled
the
up.
foot because it's really long.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
No,
But also,
Yeah.
fruit by the foot is thicker and usually multicolored. And sometimes you can peel stuff out of it.
yeah. Or you get like a tongue patch. Oh wait, that's on the.
They have those there on the paper. If we roll up the paper.
These are discussions we have.
Well, I'm trying to
You don't like it?
Huh?
You don't like it with vegetables?
Excuse me, are you representative?
Sure, yes. I know for previous years, the people would stand up here.
We switched it up a little bit because like we want you to be able to see the projector now, so we asked you.
Oh, okay. Let me just check.
So you're just waiting on the members to show up?
Yeah, that's their. Yeah, this first block about just for my own reference. Is it having a blank screen?
There we go. Okay, now it's started.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Oh, there, now it's loading.
I would say you do like,
What did I do for it? There we go.
we want, obviously, your organization is successful, like, we want to share.
Did?
And also, things like that. So it's kind of the, other.
Why are you making that face? You all crazy? Yeah, you're just like sitting there with the camera.
Hello.
We had
We have food today.
Yes.
Wow.
It's like today and it's like,
It's fine.
Say dinner.
Oh,
Timmy.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's like, we're especially in my.
were you one of the people I contacted?
Get those resources like that. Myself and
I'm very able to meet up after you went through that request.
things like that. There are.
Could I just issue? You guys issue any more time to set things?
No, we're just waiting for them outside. But I mean, like, we're almost done. We're just waiting for everyone to
Yes, my bad. Oh, they're tracking my previous club?
Yes. Yeah, you guys can take this.
Kind of passionate.
I mean, if you have a presentation,
I'm student.
so if you want to pull up, you can just send it to me. Or just hold it.
We do, I don't know, if you'd like or if you could, pull the previous, the document, we have documents.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We do that. Yeah, Josh, can you pull up that
It's at the bottom of this.
Yeah, so we'll scroll down. So click on that and then scroll.
If you guys wouldn't mind,
Also, if you want like clear candy, that's available. So we're just waiting for Zane to stay in a moment. If you want some candy that's really available, make yourself comfortable. We start in a minute or so.
Only like
'Kay,
Candace Martinez-Gomez, Assistant Director for Leadership and Governance and Business Life, the SGA Advisor, and she, her pronouns, I am not the voting member.
Hello, my name is Joshua Gray, Christian Ambassador, he, him pronouns, I am not voting member.
Hi, I'm Penny, I'm a Christian Ambassador, she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Hi, I'm Zane, I'm the Vice President of Student Organizations, he, him pronouns, and I am a voting member.
Hi, I'm Bertha, I'm the Executive Vice President of SGA. She, her pronouns, and I am not a voting member.
And then you just introduce yourself.
Yes. Hi, I'm Debrina Knopfler. I'm the treasurer of the chess club this current academic year, and he.
Hi, I'm Mike Nisley. I'm the treasurer for American Institute of
Are we those guys for that?
No, but there's introductions.
And I'm he and Brent.
I'm the president of AIAA, and he, him.
I'm Timothy. I'm the team lead for the DBF project for AIAA, and I use he, him pronouns.
Chloe Garcia has some candy if you'd like. And Scott, you can go ahead with the questions. Are you ready?
Okay. Could you please tell us a little bit about your organization?
So yes, this is the UMBC Chess Club. Occasionally UMBC students, so especially freshmen, they come in, even many current students, you know, they come in, we have forcing, we have also this chess program. Really, this is chess club. Not to be confused with the UMBC chess team, which is basically the scholarship-based chess program. We as the chess club and like the lower teams, or the lower team, so it's singular. And we hope like our pipe dream would be multiple teams, but we're just team B basically. And so, past few years, we were able to get funding to some degree, to some extent. And so our results in relation to this event was 2015. We had a lot of underrated players, but also a lot of new players and experience. So we were able to get a class, I think it's under 1,400, or like the top class Dean Trophy out. Although that year I played the 18th, the lowest score. So I didn't bring it in here, but you know, like you see one of the trophies, but if you look really close into the label, like maybe I should have asked Joel Dwyer. Maybe he once had his also, but any of those. Sorry. So yeah, we once even won a trophy, but in later years, both been mixed with 8. In 2016, I was actually part of the B team. Again, went. We did not get a trophy. We did do our best. 2017, last year, and then the location changed to New Orleans. But then 2017 went back to Ohio. I was not part of the team at all because there is also some prestige and dedication, and also it does take time and effort because this does take place during the winter break between Christmas and New Year's Eve, the whole event. But we did perform like slightly better, like a half one better out of 6 games, something like 2.5-ish points as a team. So yeah, this year it's going to be held again in the U.S. and this time in California. Although about a couple of decades ago, right when the UC, not the chess club, this was just the chess year, was held in Canada, but yeah. So basically, we as UC Chess Club, this is like our flag, sort of a flagship event. And this year we have had, let's say, in terms of an interesting thing to note
did you come to the number of attendance for the amount of people that send this?
So we're thinking of just sending one team, because we're basically sending 2 teams is double cost, but also the issues that we would have to send, if we send 2, or instead of one team is 4 people, maybe we could even have an alternate about those and not one players in the game. But if we send 2 teams, then we have to find enough basically good players, or else we would be seeking sending people, like not only is it going to cost twice as much, but we're also going to be sending people who are just barely better than beginners. Like very amateur players. With one team, we're just focusing on our efforts on sending like the best people outside of Team A, the best people outside of the scholarship and chess fellowship program funded people.
So you're choosing people to send based on merit?
Yes, and also merits based on chess performance, and as also part of the funding that also in years past and this year to Alan Sherman, who's the director of the, not the club, but the UBC chess team scholarship program, or UBC chess program, so to speak. He is going to partially fund, at least he's strongly considering funding, even if SGA doesn't fund as much as I'd like. He's considering to fund also some of the expenses, so he also is going to have to say himself.
Okay.
And one last thing, where we haven't decided the teams will pursue, basically finalize the teams, or that one team, the old players on it in December.
Okay. How did you choose the hotel?
Hotel was given by the tournament site. I've heard that in the issues that choosing a different hotel affiliated with the tournament is going to cost way more. And I've even seen UBC was, I heard like Baja SNE basically another famous type of thing that UBC had. They hosted their, it's like it was represented by UBC's Baja team, and they had an event in Maryland. We also tried to make a bid, but it was through Alan Sherman Chris program, and he had to issue one. He didn't get the bid, so it was hosted back, and it was like, oh, it's actually New Orleans. But the thing is that like they had to even nail down, even have an agreement, sort of. Had to seek out hotels, so specific to the event, that could provide a lower rate. So we're just going with the rate, and I've seen many other just tournaments. If you're getting out the hotel rate outside of the, I don't know the way of the tournament, whatever things set aside like pre-reserved for chess players as a promotional rate, that's going to be way more, like 200 or 300 a night, probably.
Okay. And if that answers all the written questions, go to back to time.
Yeah. Alright,
You're ready through.
okay. So I have a couple questions. For the costs that are covered, is any of it go towards zero hazard, or is it all students on the phone?
Could you repeat that again?
So for the, is it one? Is that all for UBC students, or is your advisor included in that?
No, advisor, that's just separate, although yes, Joel Dwyer also is an affiliate of, like Joel Dwyer is an advisor, but he's also an affiliate of the UBC chess program, and he's like, and yeah, there's like overlap, but he once joined us, but he was like not joining the B team, he was pretty much joining the program. students would cover their own funds. Like every year we had to cover our own food expenses, and like in years past, like if UBC had like 10 million, 100 million to give out a year or something to student worlds, like yeah, we would request, we would say, oh, we would cover the per diem rates or something like that. But yes, pretty much they say, since this is a small event, this is not like a food cultural event, like we say no. And then also we've had in years past this year, strangely it went from, since going into this academic year, from the previous academic year, we now have a negative balance. So it's kind of a weird scenario. I was not the treasurer last year. But well, I said yeah, so years past we used the carryover funds this year, like we had it, we might have to maybe even do the opposite somehow, raise $500 to cover, or like before the end of the year or something.
Does anyone else have questions?
You can sit down if you want.
All right, if there's no other questions for the presentation, I'm going to move into a period of discussion. So at this point, we just have finance board members discuss the request while we stay in the room. We just want to be able to like hear everything, and before we open into a voting session, we'll come back to you for other comments.
Can I just some very important details?
We haven't officially moved it yet, so sure.
So yeah, also I believe there's two factors. Yeah, so this would have been plane tickets. Like I think at one point they were, if we got this, if we did everything in September, like maybe we would have gotten this like way low, like something close to 300. They went up, and also like within the time limit, like if I also put in the request maybe something like half a month earlier, maybe I would have asked 600 or 700 to cover all the expenses. So I'm pretty much asking for, and also in the years past, like we definitely had a year where basically SGA going negative by history, SGA could not cover the plane tickets. They said no, so they said, oh, they said they covered other expenses. So here, at least I'm pretty much asking SGA to cover the bulk of each plane ticket cost. And then the hotel that's fully covered, no taxes. I think there's something like occupancy tax is like something related to sales tax, which SGA can't cover. So that's just the price they are before tax, and then the registration. That's the item that's fully. I hope if everything is covered, that will be basically the only item that's completely covered.
And can you just refresh on the reverse the location of the hotel?
Oh yeah, it's in California. The whole thing is in California.
Okay. Any other questions from the crowd? Okay, at that point, we move into a period of discussion. Since there's no other questions, we'll go into discussion. If there is something that anyone else wants to add, if you raise your hand, I may acknowledge or ask that it waits until the end of the discussion period. Does anyone want to start the discussion period? Yeah.
To kind of respond to your statements, this year's Finance Board has a precedent of funding air travel at 50%, as well as lodging at 50%, and then fully funding registration fees. I don't see any reason to deviate from that precedent for this request.
Agreed. The Just Club and Just Team are both very prominent here. We should definitely offer those support, since the Just Team gets like a lot more, academic university support than Just Club. Support that. So that's something that's positive.
It seems like this is also the initial opportunity to join is not restricted as it is with Chess Team, so that's an important differentiation to make.
I'd also like to know, I like how organized it is when you submitted the request and you really detailed out, like, these are the line items, who agreed. I think that's great. And that's very handy for us.
It's very like easy for us to look at and see what's in.
And as an additional point regarding the sales tax, since it's outside the state of Maryland, we can pay it. So So essentially, how we've decided the flight cost and everything is that we would like to find the one that's most closest to what you'll actually be receiving when you go and schedule. And then that's, yes, towards the university policy, and then according to our president, we have 50% of that.
So,
SFO.
It was the correct dates.
26.
And do you know what time you were planning on leaving?
Asking? Is it like technically planning from?
Yeah.
Basically, let's say when we leave, like, I know some teams, they kind of rush things, so they skip a hotel night, but they rush it, they might, if their plane comes in late, they basically miss the first round, you know, so they also, because of jet lag and whatnot, they miss, they get even harsher, you know, sleeping schedule and stuff like that. So we come the night before, let's say before midnight on the 26th in California, and then we leave, hopefully like right after the award ceremony ends, maybe like an hour, maybe like 5 hours, and then get back to Maryland on like between like, let's say 11 p.m. On the 30th or right in the morning for the 31st.
Okay. So it would be the departure time, the 26th approximately.
what time are you guys
But
leaving?
usually, like, last year we kind of, we left around like 4-ish, 5-ish, 6-ish.
Okay. So
But we couldn't leave at 9.
Very sorry.
So, but you did submit flights, like pretty kind of leave around the time that was submitted. So your request you submitted pretty kind of
Again, that was the date was like the 26th and 30th.
They were at specific times, were you trying to leave around those times?
I basically, I think I only restricted the return flight not to be like the morning. To have around to like.
So what I think is like we issued them the cheapest 1680 at the current moment. This is like they're good later. Or we can issue the
What was the table time that was sent?
It was at like 8 o'clock, I think.
Okay.
So yeah.
So they
Alaska, there you go.
Click on that.
Right.
And then the return trip.
So I think the return trip you had was this United flight at 7:30. It was a red eye. Or 9:30, yeah. So it's
It's not that one. It's the other one. 1680. This one's
well, the return trip bumps it up.
Yeah, okay. 757 per person. Go silver.
Okay.
But there you go. Divide that by 2. Then multiply by 4.
Okay, so we take the 757 divided by 2, that is 370.5, and multiply by 4, $1,514.
77 times 2.
So times 4 is okay.
Doesn't matter. It's just different.
Right,
Yes,
I see.
We love a math major.
So hi, my name is Tanya, I'm not a math major.
What is
Final number is 1514.
1514.
So we just say the amount to that, and then if we look at the hotel, that's what it is.
660.
Is that before or after?
Before or after?
The 50%.
Before. Yeah, there's pricing at the bottom of this page. Keep going.
So they did quite well.
Yeah.
Was that in?
That doesn't include taxes and fees.
Okay, so then we need that.
Yeah, click on the link. Go past keys. Just, I'd say they do the check-in, check-out, and then rooms, and then before people. Two rooms is one, guest is four.
Say 2 rooms?
One room.
One room? 4 people.
And then you click the select button, yeah. And then click next.
I don't think we can go through.
It doesn't give you any.
Yeah, this issue.
I guess, yeah, because it doesn't say.
Doesn't issue
Keep
taxes.
scrolling down.
Yeah, unless we
So
actually do the
interesting.
stuff, so. We can't.
Oh, so yeah.
We got the taxes.
We can't do anything for them.
Go to, we'll click for rooms and policies. There it is. It's 12% per night, 125 tourism fees per night.
Multiply by 1.12.
So 660 times 12%. Yay, calculators. Yay, calculators.
You know math.
Yeah, the station.
And then also.
Calculator all time.
Plus $6.
$5.
$5. You're right. You're right. Go ahead.
Pretend like I'm good at math.
Okay, if someone can double check my math for the hotel, including fees, should be 409.2.
Plus tax and fees?
Plus $5. Well, plus 2.5. Because of tax taxes. So it'd be 660 times 1.12 plus 5 divided by 2.
I got
My bad. Is it point? No. Multiplied by point. Yeah, my bad. You added it.
3.0.
I'm letting Carly do that.
When did we get
Hello, we have you.
Actually, I have one last question for the organization. Yeah. Just double checking, everyone's an undergrad, correct? For attending the conference.
Oh, me,
Everyone should be an undergrad.
yeah, pretty much what I've heard, yes.
We need confirmation that all 4 members are undergrads.
That once, because in the years past it has been, there was at one point in time, so like the year that I went as the team, we had a UBC student who was basically like strong, like if he wanted, if he was committed, like Alex was funded, like he was like a grad, he was a strong grad student.
Okay.
Like,
Let's go through this
but
time.
for this time I could make it all undergrad. Because that actually changed that would have to get involved in GSA stuff.
We cannot issue funds for graduates.
Oh, graduates, yeah. For, I think, all the people, potentially.
What's that? What's your number?
Question, so is it a half the room, so the 330, and then plus the fees, or is it also half the fees?
Half the fees.
Okay,
Total
so
amount
then
I'd
divide by
like to.
So we just figure out what the tax is on 660 and then plus $5 divided by 2. What's the $5 again? It's the 125 tourism fee per night.
Yeah, like $8.
Okay, whatever.
So I got with, so there's $8.25 as the 125. Oh, that says dollar, that didn't say percent. Oh, so, oh, sorry.
$12?
That's hard. Sorry.
Are you mapping?
No, it's hard. Please struggling out here, okay?
I got $372.10.
I like it. Okay, go ahead.
But I don't
Yes.
know. That's what you got?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I got.
Can you
What's the
repeat that?
amount?
$372.10,
Okay.
and then flight.
How much is for flights?
Flight was $15.14.
Okay, and then add in registration.
Just $229.
Okay. You guys need total.
$211.
Something like that.
No, $2,115.10.
$2,115.02.
10 cents.
10 cents. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So any questions?
Okay. Did you have any other questions, comments, anything regarding any
Yeah,
of
so also, so we have funding, you said restricted to undergrads. It's also the event is like, I don't know, like academically like oriented and like the requirements are stringent, say, in a little bit of a similar way that NCAA student athletes are, the standard they're held up to. So we do, like, they have restrictions, like you can't have people who are on probation, like dropouts.
Yeah.
We have like stringent things that like it's 2.0 GPA and higher, and it's part of not UBC color, but the intercollegiate, Pan American Collegiate.
Okay, sounds great.
And one of the things that I think, yeah, I checked. I did write this, but I'll repeat the 299. Yeah, that includes everything for the 4 people, and that it doesn't have to be paid immediately. Like we could do the registration now, but we can pay.
Okay, yeah. All the billing will be covered when you make the kind of the SADC, and someone will talk to you after the vote happens to make sure everything makes sense and you can follow through on that. Okay, on that note, does anyone want to put the motion on the floor?
To approve FBL 68-18-19.
Second. What is $2,115.10? And just to clarify. Okay, so we have a second, and all votes for? 5, 1 absent, and that is that. So, funding has been, sorry. Yes, okay. So, funding has been granted, and then Carly will talk to you afterwards for next steps on all the funding questions. And thank you for coming to finance board.
Good luck.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We can talk about you want to grab your stuff?
Alright, we're running a bit behind schedule. AIA is in the room? Yeah. What up, guys? Alright, so were you guys here for introductions? I said
yes.
You need another one? Hello, I'm Daniel Wang. As the name plate says, I'm the chair of the finance board. My phone call takes time to for me. However, I think we're ready to move ahead now. Do we want to wait for Carly? Oh, Scott's also out, so we don't have to worry. We have to wait. So.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We do apologize for running a bit behind schedule. Yeah.
Why do we have to leave?
You guys are my organization, right?
How's the semester going?
Did you all get something to eat? What, you did? You got something to eat?
Keep it together, man.
I feel that. It's okay.
Relatable.
Hashtag
I'm going back to the household work.
Yeah, there you go. I finished that. Yeah, me too. 5 days of this suffering. When you were at the after? Pretty much. Oh yeah, I'm putting stuff. Dude, I'm going to. You taking your medication?
Trying to be funny.
Times 4 problems.
I can check outside to see.
3 questions. Tanya, we only have 3 questions for him?
That was all they sent on the,
Dylan is applied.
or at least that's all that showed up on my end.
That was it.
But my email hates me, so what do I know?
using okay.
No, he's taking
I'm so scared of it.
Well, no, he like made a shirt where it's gonna melt in the rain. I mean,
I feel like so when you get the core, pull you back in.
Is it gonna be embarrassing for her? Yeah.
Start the meeting up again, everyone. Get everyone out of here as soon as possible. We've kept you waiting for long enough. We got quorum again, and we're going to get started right away. So you guys should have received a list of questions beforehand, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be. Do you feel the need for another introduction, or are you ready to go? Does anyone here feel the need for an introduction of this organization?
No, they do.
All right, wonderful. So, I'll get started. Can you please tell me a bit about your organization?
Yeah, so AIAA stands for the American Institute for Aeronautics and Astronautics. We're a professional society that really orients towards design projects. So the one we're here for today is called Design, Build, Fly. It's a competition that's held annually. It's international. It's held in Tucson, Arizona this year. But so Design, Build, Fly is trying to build an airplane to take that competition. So we're here today asking for parts and components for that airplane, and then we can construct it. So that's what we're about.
How'd you get to this amount of attendance, participation?
So we have 20 members on our team, and all of them are encouraged to participate in building the airplane. So all of them are on that station list.
Right. So finally, there are a couple more questions on the email, but they got cut off on the sheet of paper, but you guys should receive them. So is there any costs you guys are taking on, or the organization taking on?
Yeah.
So we did a fundraiser at Chipotle earlier this semester, so we're using some of our club carryover funds. We're mostly saving that for usually once you build something, you end up needing a couple more things at the end. So we're reserving our funds for any announcement things that we need to purchase for the aircraft.
Right. So, this was the list of questions essentially. I think there was one missing, but you guys answered it already. So, are there additional questions for the organization? Oh, damn.
Yes. Oh, where do you build? On campus or?
It's mainly on campus in 109 engineering.
Oh, okay.
So how are you? So you had stated that there were 20 members on the team at the current moment. What's the process of getting in? Is there any
There is no. Everyone and anyone's welcome. You just have to show up to meetings.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Do you have space on campus to store all the parts that you'll be receiving?
We have multiple members that have apartments and dorms on campus, and we also we've asked Prof. Diaz to play there now. She's pretty cool with us, so we have permission to. Last year, for example, we kind of just had a table in 109 that we just put our plane on, and a sign was like, "Please don't hurt our plane." And it was fine.
Since UMBC doesn't have an aeronautics department and whatnot, have you had any affiliation with engineering or any other departments on campus?
We have a pretty close connection with the mechanical engineering department. We have a mentor for design build fly specifically, which is Dr. Yu. Yeah, so we have Dr. Yu, and then we also have Dr. Eggleton as our AIAA advisor. So that's what we're doing.
So has the engineering department issued you guys any funds or any forms of support other than this space?
So we've had a couple of grit starters in the past, and they normally contribute quite a lot of money within those.
Seeing that, are there additional questions for the organization?
You've done this build fly before, correct?
Yes.
How'd that go?
So we did 3 attempts now. The first attempt we didn't asked for funds, and it was just a kind of like team exercise of figuring out the basics. Second year, we were accepted with our proposal and our design report made in, and we went to Kansas, Wichita, and we flew. Our plane was among maybe 50 that actually took off and flew around of 100 or so, although to actually score points we had to complete a certain number of trials, and we didn't quite make that cut. We got 2.5 laps though, so we were pretty proud of that. This year we plan on getting on the board, hopefully top 25 teams, so, and I think that's a reasonable expectation.
Seeing that there are no additional questions for the organization, we're going to move to a period of discussion. Fair discussion, conversation is for the finance board. Once we're finished with the conversation, before we vote, we'll open it back to you guys if you have any questions or things you'd like to address. Seeing this, and also our discussion, following the precedent with SE Snowmobile and SE Snowmobile, we'll issue full funds barring a couple items that are deemed equipment. So, an explanation, they're UBC, they're the university policy of the equipment policy that the SGA adheres to. So, things that can be seen as tools, utilize electricity, and are not one-time uses are deemed equipment. So, we are unable to fund those type of items, and we have gone through your request and we have struck 6 items. Right? We'll currently go through what those items are right now. If you just scroll down. Okay, so keep going. We're doing this one? Cool. Okay. Sure, just one first line. Also, okay. First one was 3249. There you go. So, for 21st century ceiling iron, it's a tool. We're unable to fund it, so we will strike this from your request. Moving along. Next one was $12.98, which was hardware gun. Once again, we're going to be striking that one as well.
The reason why we go through and strike certain items from the request is they're reusable items, so equipment, as Amy was saying before, tools, things that need to be stored. Since this is technically, it comes from the student activity fee, which every undergraduate student pays, but it is also coming through the state because it's coming through the school. So technically, what we purchase, if it's a reusable thing, then the school owns it. And because we don't have any mechanisms in place to keep track of things that we own, we view things as a one-time use, as a one-off of being expended. So the materials going into building the aircraft are expended in the building of the aircraft. But materials like this that would be reused, we strike as multi-use items.
Yep. The tool set, the toolkit for 2143 and the drill bit set for 1528. Those two, again, as Carly said, we'll have to strike those as well. And then there's 2 more items for that. Hot knife foam cutter, tools again. Strike that one, $26.99. And I believe finally a storage, plastic blowing storage tool, again, equipment. So we'll strike 53.49 off of that. So can I get a new total, please?
Well, I have a question.
Yep.
Do you have a copy of the Excel sheet that you created and sent over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you email that to Carly?
Yeah. Are you talking about the one at the top?
Yeah. Do you have a copy of it?
Yeah.
Can you email it to Carly?
Sure.
Right quick.
I don't have my computer with me.
Do you know if you submitted it initially in their request?
Yeah, we did. And it's not on the drive. It's not on the drive? Yeah, it's just on the computer.
Do you know who was submitted by?
Yeah.
What's your email?
Nissley to NISSLY to @umdc.edu.
Yeah, I'll give you just track. That's fine. Yeah, that's it.
Do you remember when you started?
It was
A week ago?
No, it wasn't a week ago. It was a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
It was Saturday.
It was week
Not this past Saturday, but the one before. So the
precision.
Yeah.
the 10th of it.
It's been long.
executive order. Oh, I have another question about the order. For the things that we're not able to fund, like where would you be able to like get funds for that, or would that?
So we have the Chipotle funds, and then on top of that, we're planning on doing a Krispy Kreme fundraiser of some kind shortly. So
they just seem like kind of like important.
Yeah. And last year we did a Grid Starter as well, and we got some department funding with that. So that should help us cover those.
Okay. Seeing we have a new total of $595.60. Okay. So, do we want to re-verify this one through the Excel sheet, or we have comfortable?
No, I don't know. Did you send it to her already?
No, they don't send it. It's in the allocation request that's attached to the college searching program now.
Yeah, it's just
Because
really.
I attached it, like there's the website portal, and I attached it, the Excel file to that, and what else?
Yeah, so that's what this is. It turns it into a PDF.
Oh, it does.
Because it's dumb.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So.
Well, we're going to tell you that
I just can you just email it to her tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll vote upon the amount of $595.16 though, but if there has to be revisions, we'll have a revision next week, next week, a modification. But yeah, so we're going to vote upon $595.16. Do you guys have any questions for us? Anything to address?
I have like kind of a question. So you probably remember, right? There's regarding kind of the going to event.
So I can clarify that one. So you guys have actually sent me an email about that. We apologize for not responding, but anyways. So the finance board will be following our precedents set in mock trial. During mock trial, they requested initially to attend various tournaments to qualify for a national championship. The organization is facing a similar situation. So we see parallels between that one. So we will allow you guys to submit a secondary request.
Okay.
A second independent request. I hope when you guys qualify for nationals. Thank you. Yeah. Do you have any additional questions for us?
I don't believe so.
If not, open up that legislation tracker. Someone do this for me, please. Please.
Move to approve FBL 691819.
Seconded. All right. All those for approving FBL 691819 for the amount of $595.16. Raise your hands now. 5 for, 0 against, 1 absent. Thank you very much for coming by. Zane, we're going to talk to you outside about next steps. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. Or you know this on to us. Thank you. Hey. Thanks for coming. Gotta go over there.
Oh, you didn't even barely do it. Get out of here!
He's like, but I was just trying to do it, so yeah.
I don't have anything.
Take some more food if you want, please.
But if you have no
if you want like mashed potatoes,
I already got some.
okay, alright.
I already got food.
On the way out.
Have you ever had those? So 2-year-old
Scott, you
I would touch it with my hands.
Thank you so much. Please and thank yous.
Well, it's actually, this one has lines in it. You never had one? Me? No. Oh, please. Abby, no.
Thanks.
Please. It has a line in it.
Serrated.
Where's your pizza cutter?
Is
that serrated?
Alright, give us a sec, so we're gonna wait until it's okay.
Yay!
Dang.
All right, everyone. Super Smash Brothers Club is in the room, correct? Matthew and Lorenzo. So you should have received a list of questions beforehand. All right. Zane over here will be the one. Yeah, Zane over here will be the one asking the questions. Were you in the room for introductions? Okay, so we'll do that introductions first and take it away.
Awesome. Hello, Finance Board. My name is Zane. I'm the Vice President of Student Organizations, he, him pronouns, and I'm a
Hello, my name is Daniel White. I'm the current chair of the Finance Board. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rita. I'm the Executive Vice President. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Matthew Brown. I'm the president of Super Smash Bros. Club. I use he, him pronouns.
I'm Lorenzo Diocampo. I'm the vice president of the Super Smash Bros. Club. I use he, or him pronouns.
Scott Cam, Finance Board Representative, voting member.
I'm Claudia Social Administrator, Treasurer, I use she, her pronouns, voting member.
Hi, my name is Sonia, Vice Chair of the Finance Board. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a voting member.
Hi, I'm Jessica John, Finance Board Secretary, she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
I am Colin. I'm the president of SGA, he, him pronouns. I do not vote on this board. Hello, my name is Joshua Gary Christian, ambassador, he, him pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
Hi, I'm Penny, Crazy Ambassador, she, her pronouns, and I'm not a voting member.
I'm Candace Martinez Stone, she, her pronouns, Assistant Director for Leadership and Governance, and the SGA Advisor. I am not a voting member.
All right, just for reference though, could all voting members please raise your hands now? So these five of us will be voting upon your request. Okay?
Okay, awesome. So could you first off tell us just a little bit about your organization?
So Super Smash Bros. Club is a hobby organization centered around the game series Super Smash Brothers. It is a very competitive game that we see a lot of people come down to our club to either play casually or competitively. We host free tournaments bi-weekly. Next week will be our last tournament, but it doesn't really matter. And then the week after that is when we are doing our event.
Awesome. And then could you just tell us a little bit about the request?
Okay, so we're in a very unique situation where our club we are running the club during a year when the new game is coming out, which means we're going to see a huge influx of new players coming into the game, and maybe new veterans who left the game and want to come and learn about the new stuff about the game. So we're going to be getting cases of people who don't own the new console and they want to come check it out and the game itself. So we're trying to host an event on campus for anyone to come to see the game. Maybe consider coming back to our club, the next semester when we come back again. So it's a very big event, hoping to reach out to new people and to let everyone see what this is about.
And then how did you come to the attendance of it?
So for the tournaments we host bi-weekly, we have for our largest game and the one that I believe this will be taking over, we have about 50-40 entrants per week bi-weekly. So we know that there's a good chance we're going to be having at least that many, and then we're going to have people who are coming from other areas around campus who don't come to our club, but do want to try this new game, which I do expect people to want to try out. So that's how we have kind of put it under 50.
Okay. And then how will you be advertising
primarily flyers, but we will be creating a MyUMBC webpage once we know that this event will be hosted, along with there are other areas online like our chat rooms and whatnot.
And then have you made or will you be making a MyUMBC event?
Yes, we will.
And then what is your organization doing to minimize costs of the event?
So because the consoles themselves are very expensive, we are essentially doing a group project where we each have the all-brain consoles and projectors or monitors that we have in club to make sure that we're not spending extra money buying new consoles or equipment.
And then are there any costs that your organization is taking on?
No, just because funding for our club is very hard to do. While we can do fundraisers, we generally don't see it as economically profitable, where we'll end up feeling that to put money into fundraisers, we won't get money out of it. So we try to stay away from that. While we would want to do either entrance fees for non-UMBC members, we do also feel that that will end up causing people to shy away from our club who aren't from UMBC.
And then can you just give a timeline of how the events will go?
So we'll be opening up around 6 o'clock, because we have, from 5 to 6 for setup. And once that's concluded, then we'll open the doors, and then essentially everyone's free to come and go as they please. We may do some fun events just on the side, but we don't know if we will have other than visual from the company themselves.
Okay, awesome. That is the last question.
All right. Are there additional questions for the organization? So I have one. Just then we had asked you about attendance and you had said number 50 on your application request. You have said number 65. Which number should apply to it?
You can use 65 just because of the fact that, like I said, while we do expect, we have, we know for about 40 minimum will be showing up. We don't know how many people may be coming from the UBC community, because while we do end up having our tournament as a way to tell how many people are definitely come, we do have about 300 in our email list, which we believe that during Welcome Fest, people were signing up primarily waiting for this game to come out. So we're expecting more than that.
Are there additional questions for the organization?
I did want to say one other thing. So on the allocation request fund, we did say we wanted to group a meet in the game room, but we said that in hopes that we would be able to convince people who originally have the game room for that date to allow us to do that, but we've fallen back to our backup location, which is Evers Center 312, which is why we have some cost changes, because the game room has things such as a reset fee, which is $98, which we no longer have to deal with, along with power services, which we don't need to worry about getting power from another location to send our little game room. So with us switching to University Center, we no longer have to worry about certain of those fees and costs.
Very well. Additional questions for the organization? Scott?
Is the rest of the ECS fees the same?
Yeah.
Is the rest of the events and conference services fees the same if you change locations?
Yeah. Everything else should be about the same.
Seeing that, are there
Just a question because I have glasses for, so I can't see the full last one that I
$579.86. 88 cents.
item.
Oh. Pizza.
Okay.
Food pizza.
Food pizza. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are there additional questions?
Just how did you come to the amount for pizza?
This is my friend who calculated the amount. I don't know if he chose the same, $10 per person, which would actually, I guess, amount to $650. But I'm assuming he wants to, so I'm assuming which he probably either changed it or he may have changed what our. I think he put in the Google Drive why he chose that.
That should be right there. So I think I would have the Google Sheets from you guys.
It says because of 10.
And large pepperoni pizzas, I imagine, various amounts of.
Yeah, so it's in a screenshot when you listen for there's an email screenshot describing
Price breakdown?
the price breakdown.
Right.
I also just uploaded a couple hours ago, they sent the pizza.
10 pepperoni, 12, cheese, 5, garlic fresh, 5, sausage, 12. Very well.
So is there anything significant for the types of pieces selected then?
I don't know why he chose those prices. He just calculated out that those prices are at those types.
32 pizzas. Okay. Seeing that there are no additional questions, we'll move into a period of discussion. Jane has questions.
So, in terms of your food request, what role do you see the food playing?
additional questions, we will now move into a period of discussion. During discussion, conversation is limited to finance board members only. After discussion, we'll open it back up to you, so if you have any things you want to address the finance board instead, or any questions or comments, you're free to do so with that. After that, we'll then move into voting. Discussion points.
Can we open up that original sheet for me, Joshua?
The original or?
The updated one. There you go. Okay.
I think that the food breakdown provides a little more clarity on where the money is going. So like, because it includes sodas and then dipping sauces.
32 pizzas though.
It is 32 pizzas.
For 65 people, which is essentially half a pizza per person. I still deem that amount to be excessive. I'd like to stick with the 2 slices a person. And then at 130, there would be 65 people times 2. Scott?
Can you bring up the breakdown again?
$10, $12, $10, $32. And then potatoes, and dipping sauces for $22. Okay. So, seeing that, what?
I was just going to make a comment to the organization that Matthew, like how you guys like are keeping like the cost down in terms of like renting and things like that, and also like using personal capital and things like that in terms of making it more like cost effective.
Okay. So, however, pizza I would still deem excessive. I thought the amount of the sodas and dipping sauces seem in line. However, I would like to reduce the amount of pizza being allocated, as well as utilize SGA's current deal as a contract.
Verbal agreement.
Verbal agreement with Papa John's to provide pizza at a cheaper rate. So, currently there are 65 people in attendance, multiplied by 2. That would be 130 slices of pizza. Each pizza has 8 slices, correct?
Yeah.
And then we do math.
What if we just give them half of each kind of pizza? So if they're asking for 10 pepperoni, 10 cheese, you give them 5 cheese.
Okay, so 5, 5, 2.5, 2.5. That works.
3.
Yeah.
What are the actual steps again?
Sausage, pepperoni, cheese, and garlic.
So we don't have a current thing for garden unless it's the same as veggies?
Yes, same.
Okay, and then if we don't?
There's also sausage.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Okay. Alright, that would be 5 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3, which would be 17 pizzas, which is around close enough. That's perfectly fine. The actual number is 60.25. We'll divide by 8. We're not coming close anyways, we're not going to fall around that anyways, so you can get some 0.25 pizzas from somewhere. So seeing that, we'll issue them 17 pizzas, half of each amount, as well as the drinks and dipping sauces. So we have a new total of.
You have the.
Yeah.
It says what the sausage was.
What?
It says how much the sausage would be. I think it's.
Okay, once I look at that's perfect. Yeah, it's just $8. So it would be 5 times $8 for pepperoni, which times 5 is $40, and then $6 for cheese times 6 is 36, and then 3 sausage, which is $8 each, will be $24, and then veggie at 15 times 3 would be $45.
Next.
Yeah.
What day of the week is your event on?
Friday.
Perfect. Okay, so since you're using the Papa John's deal and it's being calculated like to a T, you're going to need to make sure that you go to Student Affairs Business Services Center that Friday morning to confirm with them that they will place the order that day of.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, can you?
May I say something? And we can walk you through that process. Someone from the finance board, I think Scott would be a really good resource for you to walk you through that process. One, because he's a finance board member. Two, because he works in SAP.
I apologize.
If you got skills, running.
Can you open up the other thing for the amount for the dipping sauces and for the drinks? So it would be $145 total for pizza right now. And then an additional $35 for 88 for sodas. And
Well, what kind of sodas are they? Because there's some, I think there's something I'm not sure.
It just said so.
Yeah, this is what it is up to current limit.
Okay.
So no changes there. And then that would be that, and then 40 things of dipping sauce, which would be $22. Give us a total of. One second. 202.88. Give us a new total of $283.31. This is a new total for pizza. Okay. Question for the organization: do you still want 40 things in dipping sauce? If there's not just pizza, don't care. We'll give it to you, but we don't want you to throw away the dipping sauce for no reason.
You can drop by half.
Drop by half. Sounds good. $222.31 total for pizza. Okay, I need to add a delivery charge.
Wait, no, you gotta do 15%
I did the 15% first already. And then plus $33 of pizza. Yes, so we have a new total of pizza $225.81. Can you open up that original budget sheet for me? Or the new budget sheet? Okay.
What is the new total?
225.81. What's the new total?
Total?
Yeah, total.
Just confirming. AV is 100, or AV is 100, 62, advertising 58, TV 75, food 225, 81, $520.81.
$521.
$520.
81 is the new total. Okay, do we have any more discussion points?
Everything else is standard stuff that we were talking about.
Yep.
So,
I think it's a great opportunity that they have to release someone.
Okay.
And a new game.
Okay.
Seems like we just
Switch Jason to move on, so.
What emblem is this?
Smash the smash.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
All right.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you have to like, when you're battling, you can break that, and you get the power. Yeah.
So, seeing that, do you guys have any questions for us? Anything like to address? All right. Can you open our legislative card for me? FBL 70, 1819 is the correct piece. Anyone?
Move to approve FBL 70-1811.
Second.
All those for approving FBL 701819 for the amount of $520.81. Raise your hands now. 5 for, 0 against, 1 absent. Thank you very much for coming to the finance board. One of these three will talk to you. I don't know if there's anymore. But they'll walk you through the next steps. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let them know, and they'll relay those back to us. Yeah, but I can't believe they did wall reaching. They did wall reaching. They put a lot of play
People actually believe in these
You're talking about just asking them about how.
She's my favorite. Thank you for the food again.
Absolutely, it takes someone to know if you Sure, unless anyone don't take the plate of it. Take the silver, but don't pass it coming in. I saw it.
Before Thanksgiving, Carl needs.
Oh, yeah. For each organization, I need that 2 minutes. Everybody offering. They also want to make the agendas.
How long is it going to do this? Okay, I'll just do it next.
You should I'm just complaining.
We have one more organization here, right?
Colin wants to volunteer to attend Super Smash Bros. He was checking his calendar.
I don't remember what day that was.
So, see you
What day is the game? It comes out in January. Not like I have it. So,
Not that I know that
Alright everyone, so we have another organization coming in theoretically 12 minutes, so we'll just go through announcements first. Does anyone have any announcements for the finance board?
Next week we have new confirmations for election board.
In theory, depending on how the meeting goes tomorrow.
Okay.
So
it's either going to be next week or the following week. The goal is next week.
Yeah. So for that one, send me all the names. I'm going to do group ones. We don't have to make it panel style. It has to be joined in the meeting. Okay. Any confirmation there for election board?
Yes. Question.
Yeah. Just read up on it, I guess. You know, do your due diligence on what the final election board is supposed to do. And other than that, are there any other announcements?
Well, there's only about 4 organizations who are in like the document system now, and we submit next week. But I was going to sit down with Matt, everyone and be like, hey, we want to be seen this semester for an early event next semester. Britain has already sent out a mass email, so that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's going to sit down with that email and be like, hey, if you want monies for anything at the beginning of next semester, you can submit it pretty much now, or by the start of December if they want to be seen on either December 4th or December 5th.
Well, I bet they're going to go up anyway because orgs can't reserve spaces for next semester until Thanksgiving. They can start Thanksgiving Day.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Why?
I also don't agree with it, Zane. I actually think that's a good conversation for you to have with Joel. Because we pay the commons when we are using the space. My hunch is that, because this sounds new to me, I've never heard of this. But it's bothering me because, like, the only rationale that I have is, like, maybe they want to give precedent over departments and other places on campus. True. So I don't know why there's been this hold for next semester, because it's not cool. So you can't book for next semester until Thanksgiving Day.
So, if there aren't any other announcements, though, we're going to come to a recess and allow them to discuss this matter. Yeah, that's okay to announce, though.
Does it have to be specifically SGA?
Generally, yes. Yeah.
No chair. I'm not here.
Just chair.
Sorry, I didn't realize. I was chair. But
okay, you should recess then.
Yeah, in the recess you're free to make that. However, I'm going to enter a period of recess. It's been a while, so if you need to go do anything, please come back by 8:15, please. Okay. Bye-bye.
Sundays is deadline for alternative streaming applications.
That's kind of a shit.
Oh, now this is where you're going?
Yeah, no.
You've lost money.
I lost so much money. This year to date, 5,800.
Me too.
That's good time.
Yeah, my 4 3 fees, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting slow. It's long.
Long-term though.
You said that. Remember, it's like
Carol's lost like $15,000. But you've got like
it's long-term.
retirement account.
That's not good.
going hard for her. Doesn't Carol want to run school?
She works for Micah.
Out of school.
That ain't nothing. Yes.
Yeah, not private.
Super private.
Yeah.
So much art. Wow.
The face needs not be no, you have to pay like $50,000
Per year. It's not like a complete art.
Micah is like one of the top art schools in the country.
Really?
So this is how I found Joel's economist. Yeah, how weird.
They didn't want to be here. Oh yeah. But Micah.
I didn't say it. So I found this out because
I'll get that.
I will.
Like Carol's office through
I will know whatever. Like you respond with
and everybody designs their own costumes. And like they have this costume contest. It's nice.
What's your definition of very smart?
Well, okay, so I would say offense is more like left, it's medium rather than I got to make
So there is design.
He sure does. He sure does.
So like the first option is you can either be a individual that is relevant as education. So like this is your advisor.
which is concerning.
Opposition. That will qualify for.
Yeah, no, there was a trend.
You know, you show. I don't know.